Please don't mess with me today. Please, please, please. Dead battery. Oh, leave it to a Ford to leave me stranded.
I'm just jerking your chain.
All right, y'all. If you followed the channel for a while, you know that I'm in the dumpster business. And today, we're gonna do something a little different. Let's get on the road. Keegan's out running a couple dumpsters right now. He's dropping a few, he's picking up a few today. So the business is moving. That's the good news. But if you know anything about the dumpster business, if you drop a dumpster in a particular neighborhood and you leave it there for too long, especially if it's in the street and not tucked away in somebody's driveway or hidden in the alley, they can quickly become a community dumpster. So that's what we're gonna see today. We're gonna see what happens when I leave one of my dumpsters in a neighborhood for 24 hours. So the best part about where we live is there's not like a significant amount of like bad areas. You know, coming from a guy who's from St. Louis, like where I live now in Quincy, Illinois, there's not necessarily like rough neighborhoods, but they get a rap for being the type of neighborhood that people would absolutely stuff a dumpster in, even if they didn't rent it. Yeah, as much as I'd love to clean up that mess, I don't think I want to put my dumpster out in front of this, because that's unfortunate. From what I was told, I believe that's a squatter situation that, well, didn't go well. We actually did a couple junk removal jobs at some of these houses next door, but I'd never gone inside those ones that burned down. This is one of my favorite hidden gems in all of town. This like house is, there's so much potential, but it's probably too far gone.
You can't save him, Jack. You just can't.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Like I said, there's not a lot of bad neighborhoods in town because you have houses that some just need rebuilt, but then you'll have a beautiful house right next to it. This is one of those that I really wish one day could just be brought back to life. I've seen houses go farther past that and get brought back to life, but right back here is one of the coolest things hidden back here. I would love to reach out to whoever owns this property just so I could go play in that thing right there. Like, come on. That's a tank. Hidden in somebody's backyard. I wonder if they could squeeze that into my dumpster. Oh, this might be perfect. There's still some nicer houses around here, but I definitely see some stuff that needs cleaned up. And we got an empty lot over here. Oh, wow, yeah. All right, this is owned by an LLC. It's literally just dirt, so they don't own the houses, but the one thing I didn't want to do is I didn't want to block anybody's driveway, and I didn't want to have a dumpster in front of somebody's house. This might be perfect. I'm gonna look up who owns this LLC. Hey, man. Yep, I can hear you. Yeah, hey, I got a quick question for you. I'm sitting outside of a property. I need to get permission to put a dumpster kind of near it. And it's under an LLC, but it seems that LLC is owned by I just wanted to see if maybe you could do a soft touch real quick and let him know I'm going to reach out. And if you can get me his contact. Yeah, that's fine. All right, thanks, man. All right, so we got permission from the property owner just to basically put it in front of his property. It's not gonna be on the property, but we still wanted to make sure it was okay. And he actually liked the idea. He said he wouldn't mind if some stuff got cleaned up around here. Like I said, there's some actual decent houses around here, but I definitely, while driving through the neighboring properties, noticed there were actual piles of junk that people, I guess, are trying to slowly get rid of in their trash. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody actually uses this or not, but that's the whole idea. The clock starts now. Can't make it more inviting than that. Probably check on it midday, see if anything makes it in here. And I just can't forget, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor because they're going to be essential for today's video. It's all about staying on top of our game. It's about being as efficient as possible and providing the best customer service possible. If I can cut down on phone calls and allow people to book their own dumpsters, and I can then just drag and drop tasks for Keegan and myself so I can stay on task, it's amazing. Docket's been a game changer for us. Without them, we'd just be another dumpster company trying to do it with paper and pen. And that doesn't stand out from the competition. Make sure to take a look at the link in the description. If you want to upgrade your business, if you're in the dumpster business or junk removal space, you got to get Docket. And we'll give you the opportunity to set it up for free. You can actually see a free demo from Docket, no pressure. Just see what you're missing. See all the capabilities that are in one system. And then from there, if you want to go with them, they will actually waive the startup fee, which will save you nearly $600 by itself. You get your website, you get your online booking, you get your payment tracking, you get your payment processing, you get your invoicing, all in one system. Take a look at the link in that description, and let's get back to the video. So I've got to run home real quick, and it's been about 3 or 4 hours since we dropped that dumpster. Let's go see if anything's in it yet. Look at that. Nothing yet. That's pretty interesting.
All right, guys, we got an early morning start today. We have to go get a 20 yard and drop that bad boy off. And then afterwards, I think we have to go check up on that 24-hour dumpster that Clayton dropped off. And if I'm being honest, I'm a little nervous. I don't look forward to seeing a huge mess, and I hope that's not what is gonna happen. All right, let's get this dude loaded and get back on the road. All right, so we got the little drop location. Just so happened to be a little FedEx joint where Clayton's brother works. He helped me get in, so get this thing dropped and head on out of here. We're gonna go check out that dumpster and see what kind of mess we're getting into.
I kind of have a guess of what it's going to be. I actually do not think it's going to be that bad. I really hope I'm right.
Moment of truth.
I really don't think it's going to be bad.
Well, I don't see anything hanging out the top, so maybe it's not awful.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be hardly anything in this. Yeah, nothing. We have one single cup that was tossed in the dumpster. I'm mildly impressed. Do you think we should tarp it for this?
Absolutely.
I
don't want anything blown out.
Don't want it to blow out. So, to be honest, I'm not super surprised because at the end of the day, I got 2 phone calls from people asking who rented the dumpster, which was kind of interesting because it is, there's nothing around it. And they asked if they could throw stuff in it. I told them, yeah, they had 24 hours. But I don't think they threw that cup in there. So at the end of the day, mildly respectful of people to, check in. I think people in the neighborhood are just kind of looking out for each other. Some of the worst dumpsters I've actually ever had were in like multi-million-dollar neighborhoods because it was more of a common sense issue that I run into in the dumpster business. So when we first pulled up, the first thing I noticed was the broken basketball hoop because that threw some PTSD into me. One of the dumpsters I dropped in a very, very expensive neighborhood, they had actually loaded a basketball hoop straight down into the dumpster and then loaded the trash and everything else on the base. So when I showed up, there's another 5 feet where the basketball hoop, it's almost like they were playing basketball in front of the dumpster. It was incredible. I rolled up, my jaw dropped, and of course the homeowner had moved out and left and would not return my call. So we had to sawzall it and everything, and I hit their credit card with a charge because it went over weight. But it was just kind of like a mind-blowing, just like, how can humans be so dumb? So yeah, it happens everywhere. At the end of the day, this was kind of a nice social experiment. But at this point, I think we're gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna get this dumpster out of here first. Go. We need to switch trucks.
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should.
We're gonna switch to the old truck with the yellow dumpster because I think it's gonna draw quite a bit more attention than the newer truck with that camouflage dumpster. That green military colored dumpster just blends in with the environment too much. So we're gonna go out of our way this time to make sure people know that they can throw stuff in here and we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna make it really obvious.
What do? You get another brilliant idea.
Gotta love Evan. Quick turnaround time on anything we ever ask for, especially this. I think this one's gonna draw a little bit more attention. It's just brighter, it stands out more, and we're gonna make it very obvious to everybody that they're welcome to use it today. I love this truck so much. I think that message is clear as can be. I'm gonna need about 1 million zip ties to actually do this semi-correctly without making it look too goofy. We don't want to blow it away and losing our message. Let's give it another try, 24 hours. I know some of you guys are probably wondering, Clayton, like, what are you gonna do with all this trash afterwards? What if there's 50 tires in there? What if there's a bunch of TVs? Well, at the end of the day, we're gonna take care of it because thankfully we have a great sponsor for today's video. Thanks to them, they're gonna be taking care of this mess. I mean, we're gonna physically take care of it, but they're gonna pay the bill. Yeah, we're opening a can of worms that we're not gonna be able to close, I think.
You're screwed.
Yeah, I am.
12 seconds later.
It's been a wet morning around here. Keegan and I both were in the trucks this morning, dropping off dumpsters. So now we're to the point, that dumpster's been there a little over 24 hours, and we're gonna go check on it. I'm thinking because it rained, it might have prevented the dumpster from getting completely stuffed or overflowing. But we're about to find out. I'm honestly super impressed. It looks like a couple people took advantage of it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 tires. I see at least 3 TVs. I really think the rain stopped this from getting way out of hand. But at this point, let's get it loaded up and get it out of here before anybody else shows up. If I had to put money on it, this was only from 1 or 2 individuals, because I got photos last night and there were no tires in here. So I'm guessing one person knew tires weren't allowed, but they knew nobody was gonna see them. So it is what it is. We said we'd take care of it. We'll get these all in the back of the second gen. Oh, and we'll get the second gen wash later. But These will just go straight to the tire shop. Since we don't have an auto tarp, we're gonna have to tarp this manually on the old truck. But man, you gotta be careful walking through things like this. You never know what you're gonna find. Needles, glass. You don't wanna step on that. It could ruin your day. Got it pretty level now. Like I said, don't have that auto tarp, so we gotta manually tarp the old rig and get it down the road. I don't want to pay for any of that. Get all that out of here. Let's get out of here. Well, at 4 or 5 miles to the gallon, we better be careful and fill up. Yeah, Betty White! I am so proud of you today. Goodness. I usually don't take Betty White to the landfill, or I try to avoid it. But today, we didn't have a choice, so I decided to take her to a landfill that's closer to the shop. Only because, man, if she wasn't to make it, I knew that we were either going to have to pull her or we were going to have to call a tow truck, so I wanted to be closer over by the shop. But man, did she perform. I mean, she easily is putting in over 120 miles through this whole ordeal, getting the dumpster there, getting it picked up, getting it dropped off, and also making these last couple stops, because right now we're rolling up to the recycling yard right now, and we're going to go pay to get rid of the TVs that we have in the back, because, well, we got to get rid of those too. We got a few of them. I know that they charge by the inch to get rid of these things too, so these are not going to be cheap to get rid of. But, well, at least we're keeping them out of the landfill, I guess. That's an easier way in. All right, last bit. Let's go see what we owe for him. What's up?
How you doing? You realize I charged.
Oh yeah, I know. Had a dumpster today with quite a few.
But it's like $10.
All right.
Like 20.
Okay.
$40. Take you all the way.
40 bucks?
Yep. 20, 30, 40. This one's a little big, but I ain't gonna charge you 25 for it.
Hey, well, I appreciate that.
Piece. $40. Take you all.
40 bucks. Take it off my hands, will you? Can I give you cash for it?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right.
Sounds like they cut us a little bit of a deal. That was very, very, very nice of them. Let's go get the other truck. Get rid of some tires next. Take everything where it needs to go. Whew. I'll tell you what. She's getting a well-deserved bath after all of that. That was nerve-wracking. The reason why is it's been sloppy. We're not really allowed to videotape over at the landfill, so we couldn't actually show you that, but it was a sloppy mess, and we actually brought the second gen with us with some recovery straps just in case she got stuck over there at the landfill. Or in case she just broke. Yep, there it is. That's not a good sign. It did it again. My hazards work. That is one big wrecker. So it's a lot of time invested into this, you know, rather than just our normal operation, but you know, it feels good to do. Let's go get rid of these and figure out how much we actually got rid of today. It's all good? It hit that plate. I'm like, gosh dang it. Howdy, lady. I had 8 of them.
Throwing them away.
Yep, just toss them away.
8 disposals.
8 disposals, yeah. He told me about 8 disposals, like $5 each or something.
Plating, right?
Yep. So, all in all, we got really lucky because it really could have been an absolute mess. We could have ended up with so much junk to get rid of. But luckily people were relatively respectful, and hopefully we'll do it in the future. Maybe we'll drop in a trailer park next and let people fill that up. Or a $1 million neighborhood, or an apartment complex. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I could see this being a mini series of just a social experiment to see how people actually treat our dumpsters and how they treat their neighborhoods. But in the end, we ended up getting rid of 3 mattresses, actually 4, there was another small one there. It was about 8 tires, about 4-ish TVs, a computer screen, a computer dock as well. So all of those were taken care of, paid for, and we can't thank our sponsor Docket enough for that. And honestly, a shout out to our community for not going overboard with this opportunity. Until next time, guys, I'm over at the apartment. I'm down to the final details. We're gonna start taking some pictures and getting it listed. But I'll catch you in the next one. Keep grinding, keep working hard. I'll see you next time.